G'day folks and welcome back to the channel. Today we're in update 1.31. We're about halfway through the month now. I've done a few videos around the regular grinds, giving you some choices on cars, whether they're the new ones to the game or never ones we've used in the past, and that brings me to the point of today. We're going back to the human comedy. We're going to try and get all of these done again in update 1.31, so you've got something close to look at from recent videos, because the last 3 or 4 updates have been quite rapid. I mean, 3 or 4 months. We've had PSVR 2, etc. But everybody's still asking for regular ones and saying, can it still be done with this car, etc. Well, for the one today, and we're going to go to my favourite, which is Lago Maggiorre, the 1 hour race, we are going to be using, and you can see it around me here, the RX Vision. We have usable tyre types, RH, RM, no softs. We're going to use the mediums. We're going to try and hit it with a 2-stop strategy, 10, 10, 10. So consumption rate is 3 on the fuel and 5 on the tyres. This is an exceptionally quick car here. It is one of the rival cars, so it's one that go up against. The interesting thing will be just how the changes for the physics for update 1.31 are going to go into. How they're going to affect the car, etc. So let's check out the settings. Racing hards, we're going to put that on medium. And then settings are all going to be fully standard, so it's a bopped race, so there isn't much you can do with this. Transmission will be normal. We haven't bought anything else for that. Everything is exactly standard, nothing special, nothing extra. It's just what it gives you. Happy days. Let's go to the track. Now you'll still have to forgive me, folks. I am still full of the lurg. As you can see, in the past we've done 31 laps and the leaderboards have all been reset, so whichever way they're going to be up there. Those leaderboards have all been reset. So Mr. Maggiorre is the only one of my friends that's redone this, and he's done 30 laps, and quite so in exactly the same car. So if we can get up there with Mr. Maggiorre, top 10 stars, 30 laps gets us in there. So if we get above Mr. Maggiorre, there's a chance we can get in the top 10 stars on this race, and that would be absolutely epic. One person using the Supra has got into 31, so that's pretty solid. Let's have a look at the settings for the race. My settings are traction control 1, default ABS, everything else off. We're using a steering wheel, so when it comes to the controller settings, we're on open configuration. Force feedback 5 on the torque and 6 on the sensitivity. And there's nothing much more to say here, folks, than let's just crack on and get it done. Here we go then, folks. Fuel map 1 is what you want. We're just going to leave it in that the entire race. We're going to do a 2-stop strategy. We're going to cover 10 laps, 10 laps, 10 laps, and then we're going to stumble across the line, hopefully, to run lap 31. Lap 31 on 0 or no fuel. The first 10 laps of this stint, of any stint in this race, are all about getting in front of everybody. Everybody in front of us we've got to overtake. The target will be to try and be pole position by the time we pit. If we can get in front of these guys and try and mess their strategy up, we can try and change them off their strategy and make them do something different and mess them up. Don't know how successful we're going to be at that, but we've got to chase them down. Don't want any damage on my front wing. We need that wing to give us the downforce through these twisties. We're faster than the AI through the twisties. Mr. Grady just going to get alongside you because we're targeting rubble art. This car is no longer as fast in a straight line as it used to be. Up the inside of Mr. Rubbelar, if we could put him in the gravel, that's a benefit to us. That sends him backwards down the field, that's great. Bit naughty, but it's what we need to do to win this race. Mr. Miazano, happy days. Gonna just slip up your inside, darling. If you don't like that phrase, well, there we go. Adult TV for you. Now, Mr. Beauvoir, there's the other contender for this race. He's the hot property today. Him and Rubilar's coming. He's got his target on me. I've upset that man. Lap 2. Mr. Yamanaka out there at front. He's going to be setting them fastest laps. Mr. Beauvoir likes to run that gravel round there, around that grass. Mr. Cookabun, my teammate, running exactly the same car as me. You do your bit for your teammate, Mr. Cookabun. I'm coming to pass you, sir. That sun off your back wing is really strong. Short shifting through there to try and stop the back end kicking out. I'm using TC1. I've not made any adjustments to my traction control strategy with the changes, so I'm just keeping it on that. I need that little bit of assistance with the old throttle control. I'm not very swift with the old right foot. It's either on or off, and I know I can blend the throttle a little bit, but I'm not as good as some out there. The way, Mr. Inostroza, you take that inside line nicely. Beautiful. That puts Beauvoir behind us, which gives Mr. Rubilar something to contend with. I'm now going to put Inostroza behind us, hopefully. He's taken the longer line, unfortunately. Mr. Yamanaka now 5.6 seconds ahead. You're who I'm chasing now. Chasing, not racing. So, Rubilar back in 6th place. He's got a long way to go to catch us up. It's not my fastest part of the circuit here. I think that's brought about by the fact it's TC. And possibly this car is very good through the twisty stuff. We're about half a second quicker than the AI through the twisties. Straight line, we don't have the top straight line speed, but we do in the draft. As I say, it's a no mistake race. With it being a no mistake race, if you spin once, hit the wall once, and you don't end up facing the other direction, you probably get away with it. But if you do like I've done a few times and catch a curb wrong, or it's like this orange curb here, don't straddle that in this car. 5.9 seconds. Yamanaka's put in 1:57.990. We're half a second off that with a 1:58.493. But there he is, top of the hill. We're chasing him down still. Beauvoir is past Inostroza. We really need to be chewing him up. We need to be reeling him in. Try and keep him below 6 seconds. We still haven't got our fastest lap. He is just less than a tenth in front of us. That's a 58 dead almost, which is pretty good on lap. What are we? Lap 3. I am getting faster with each time I run this race, but I'm making more mistakes. The car is less forgiving. less forgiving than it used to be. I think that's a great way to describe it. Once it starts to go, it's gone, and that's all about the changes they've made to the tyres and how the grip's generated. When the heat goes up, the grip goes away, and if you oversteer the car, you'll lose the front end grip big time. You spin the back up, you'll lose the grip big time on the rears. So you've got to just keep them going. We changed up way too early then to 5th gear. Let's see what that does to... Oh, okay, there's a chance of purple. That's a purple sector. We've got him down to 5.8, so we're just keeping him honest. I think I was a bit slow through that apex. Steering wheel had a bit of a judder. See if we're purple here. We are. We made time. Trying to go fast through there, and I'm not getting the balance of the car right. The back end just starts to tweak on you a little bit. Turn 4 I've been able to get most of the day. We lost 0.3 of a second through there to... Still not in there. We lost it on that last sector with the wobble of the car coming out of that long apex. We can do better than that. Low grip corner, got to watch the curb, how the car handles that grip. Back of my chair banged then, I don't know what that was about. Very wide through there. See if we're anywhere near purple sector for this next timing gate. 4th gear. Fifth gear. 6.4. He's pulled out on us. We're not fastest sector there. We shouldn't be at the end of the tyres at this point. What we're probably at the end at is my talent. 3.3 seconds ahead of Boubois. Rubilar has just overtaken Inestrosa, and Inestrosa's back in front of Rubilar. That's the way, my boy. You keep him back there. See if I can get this corner just that little bit better this time, so as not to lose those valuable seconds. There we go. Up to 4th. See if we can get to 5th without hitting the grass. I just try and put that final bit of the lap in, and I keep messing myself up, trying too hard. But we are ahead of Boubois. Just pulling that lead out. We need to get him back in. We need to rein him in. That's what we need to do. Fourth gear early. Fifth gear really early. Purple. Let's not blow it now. Still purple. Blew it there by running it too far wide. Think I was oversteering and cooking the tyres again. Into this final corner, nice and tidy. Don't run it too wide. Use the white line. See if we can do it. There we go. Fastest lap of the race. That's where we needed to be. That's a confidence boost. A 57.574. Half a second off my previous best. Almost. Didn't take that time out of Yamanaka though, did we? What we're trying to use him as is the pace setter. It's like in the London Marathon or New York Marathon, whichever, where you get a fastest guy out first. The winner of the race is normally the guy that follows that guy. They normally pay him to set the pace at a certain race, at a certain time, a certain number of steps per metre, a minute or hour, whatever it is. My brain don't work. And he's doing number of minutes per mile, and he's knocking them out to a fast pace to give encouragement, to give a pace setting to the guy in second place, who's the one who's actually going to go and win it. Those pace setters only run about half the race in front. We took half a second out of him. I can see him again. Beauvoir is falling back. We're on lap 7. We've got 8, 9 and 10 to go before the first stop. So the guy that asked me to rerun this race was actually doing it on controller auto. Props to you, mate. If you've done this, absolutely epic. If you've done this on controller auto, then wowza, well done. Just managed to catch that slide. You just got to come off that corner with not a lot of throttle. It's too easy to put the throttle down and just blow that. Just managing to keep Yamanaka to 6.5 seconds, 6.8. He's at 6.8 at the minute. You can just keep him there. We're running some decent laps at that sort of time. That last lap was a 58.4. Yeah, we're doing okay. It's not tremendous. We're not absolutely rattling the time. See how we go. Half a second off. .3. Really want to see that down at 5.8, then 5.4, then 5, then 4.5. That'll be really good, but I don't think that's going to happen. Don't really know what his strategy is either. Don't know how far he's going to go on this set of tyres, on this fuel. Made a mistake there, changed it down to second. Just wanted to steady the car. He's gone to the pits at the end of lap 8. 6.5 seconds in the lead. We are 6.5 seconds ahead of Beauvoir. So we've got just 2 laps to do till our pit stop. Beauvoir is still ahead of Robillard, so that is something different. I've run this race a few times tonight with no success. I keep crashing. You don't know what it's like to get to the last lap 2 seconds ahead and crash. Oh, I suppose you do. I'm no different to anybody else. Everybody's done that, I think. But I've commentated on this race about 15 times tonight. I've crashed on the first lap, second lap, 8th lap, 10th lap, 29th lap. I've quit on the 30th lap, having had 2 crashes and can't catch the leader. Yeah, lap 9. We're going to go on to lap 10 when we need to talk about pit stops and nothing else but pit stops, because I've also missed a pit stop tonight as well. I've done every stupid thing today. I've even crashed because I was checking to make sure that I got the microphone switched on, making sure I got sound, because I've blown that before today as well. Here we go then, lap 9 going on to lap 10, and on the 10th lap, well, at the pits I can have a drink because I'm gagging. 6.9 seconds ahead, and Mr. Beauvoir and Mr. Robillard both go to the pits. That's something new. They're attempting the undercut, I'm guessing. Well, because they're in the pits, we need to talk about what we're going to do. We know we're doing a 2-stop strategy. We know we're going to take 10 laps of fuel, but we're not going to take 10 laps of fuel. We're only going to fill up to 10.2. Filling up to 10.2, if we've got maybe 3.5 in the tank, it's going to allow us to short fill marginally just to do those 10 laps. And then we're going to have to take a full tank at the second stop. But it doesn't matter. We're out front now, we're pushing for the front, and we're going to try and maintain that gap. We're going to try and maintain that lead. We know we're going to drop down the pack. We are currently 17 seconds in the lead. We're pitting this time in. No mistakes. We hold the fastest lap of the race, a 1:57.574, and we're pushing on. We're doing it. Overall targets for this race: to win it, top of our leaderboard, that would be 31 laps, would be awesome. Top of a friends list would be awesome. Top 10 stars would be even more fabulous. Here we go, pit stop then, lap 10, end of. Taking medium tyres, and we're going to fill up to 10.2. 19 seconds in the lead when we went into the pit. We're looking for, well, I say we're looking to get out in front of all the lead boys. So we're dropping down already, down to 6th, 7th, 10.2. Oh, we went out on 9.9. That was a mistake. But I just saw all those boys coming and I thought, oh, let's just join the pack. Mr. Suswillow in the Aston. I think we'll be alright. We'll just have to be a little bit stationary longer at the next pit stop. We're going to finish with half a lap of fuel, I think. We've got a little bit of leeway built in. Not too much, but it's a little bit. So, all the boys we want behind us should be behind us. So Robillard and friends need to be behind us. Their undercut has not worked. But we've got the challenge of the fact that they could undercut us again at the next pit stop. 10 laps time. They could ultimately short fill because they have got better fuel economy than we have. If you saw when they pitted, they had 34 and 43%. So what we've got to hope for is they're not as good as cutting through traffic as we are. Like I say, we've got the fastest lap of the race, but now we're going to be in traffic, and these are all for position. This is real. These guys in front of us are one-stoppers, and the only thing we can really hope for is that they stop without us having to overtake them, because they go to the pits and we slide past them while they're in the pits. Mr. Suswillow coming in. Brace yourself, it's going to be a big one. You weren't supposed to do that, you naughty boy. But it was for position, wasn't it? That was a good save on my part, I think. And there we go. There's the first of the pitters. Mr. Fontana gone to the pits. Mr. Wong's in. Did I see Mr. Grady in as well? We're up behind Mr. Yamanaka. Mr. Yamanaka. He was the boy out front, setting the fastest laps, wasn't he? So we didn't make it past him. We're going to have to chase him down. Oh, don't do that corner in second, you young man. We don't need that kind of mistake. We're 10.5 seconds off the lead. Car just wanted to run wide. We are super light. We've only got 64% of fuel in. We were really slow through there. Yamanaka is the one we've got to catch. He's the one who was winning the race earlier. We know he's on a two-stop strategy. We know we've got to push. So this is a GR3 race, and you can only really run GR3 cars because you can only run what they offer, and if you own the car you can run it. But here's the thing, will any of them win it? I think so. Every time I've took a car, I haven't found one that hasn't worked yet. I know I haven't raced everyone, but everyone I've tried has won it. Is that Mr. Grady out there trying to compete? He's trying to hold Mr. Yamanaka back. He is, but it wasn't good enough. He's pushing hard though, is Grady. That sun is a real swine, isn't it? See if we can get that rhythm back and start putting some faster laps in again. A 59.555 isn't great, but we are higher on fuel, but just mistake after mistake after mistake, and that's not what we want. Mr. Grady is quick though. We do like quick drivers because they give us the benefit of the slipstream, and as long as we're chasing, not racing, we're not holding up our strategy. Just got to be careful around here because of what happened with the Aston. Just forcing him into a change of line because this is racing for slipped. the part of the race we don't want to be doing. We don't want to be door banging. We need to be making progress. If we're going to pass them, we're going to pass them. And that's where this car seems to have the disadvantage. It doesn't seem to have the straight line speed anymore. I wouldn't say it's been nerfed because it's never been OP, but it has been a fast car. Update 131 really is a bigger update than I anticipated to make all these changes. See if we can capitalise. He's much quicker than we are. Let's see what the slipstream can do to us. Yeah, we've got him. We've got him. A little bit of nudge, but we put him behind us. Yamanaka's there just out front. Some 3 seconds ahead, but he's in traffic as well, so see if we can only imagine that Kukabun, Inostroza and Miyazano are all single stoppers, and they're going to be stopping any time. 15, 16. One goes to the pits. No, 2 go to the pits. Kukabun and Inostroza. So there's just going to be 2 of them ahead of us now, and that's for the lead. Miyazano and Yamanaka, 2 Japanese countrymen together. They will be showing each other significant respect as they do these laps, I would have thought. One of them's a 2-stopper, which is Mr. Yamanaka. One of them's a single stopper, Mr. Miyazano. And for him to be going that pace on hards, it's quite impressive. On the 5th lap of our tyres. We haven't got anywhere near to where we were in lap time. Car's just behaving a little bit differently. I'm not getting it to suck into the corners. I'm struggling to follow that repetitive line after line after line. But we are closing the gap. We're down to less than 2 seconds, which we need to just keep pushing on. It looks like he's about to make the overtake. And it was successful. We were slower through there, but we have gained 0.5 of a second. Mr. Miyazano, we're coming for you. We have had our comings together tonight. Mr. Miyazano coming through this corner as well. He's going to the pits, so that's on his single stop strategy, and we are 1.7 seconds behind Yamanaka. We know he's on a 2-stop, but we don't actually know where he is in that 2-stop strategy. Lots of people stopping behind us. Grady, so we're just starting to see him. Rubilar's ahead of Beauvoir. To stop watching the scoreboard, and I need to start thinking about Yamanaka. He's pulling time out. There's 13 seconds back to Lopez, who's in front of Rubilar, who is the #1 contestant for this race, even being some 15 seconds off the lead, maybe more. This is the crucial part of the race for me this time here. This is where we've got to make the time. Had to straighten the wheel there, going across the grass. Didn't want to lose the back end. 4.7 laps of fuel. We're looking all right. Half an hour's just ticked past. We're into the 32nd minute. got him down to 2 seconds now. Car seems slow. He's just pulled out half a second on us. I think we were in the wrong gear coming out that corner. Maybe that's what it was. Let's try and change a line through here, try and mix things up, see if we can just give ourselves a bit of confidence. That's what we need. That was a superb dive through that corner. If you're going to get that final corner right, that's what you want to be doing. So in the 58.7, some 1.2 seconds slower than our fastest lap, and I don't know if that's going to be good for the fastest lap. I know there's going to be some 57.0s, 57.1s run later in the race. I don't know whether that's going to have my name on it though. It could be Mr. Fraga. He is exceptionally fast, and if I don't mention his name at least once, it'll seem unreal. Gallo isn't really a contest. There he is. Gallo's put one in, a 57.425. I knew it'd be one of them. I didn't have it down as Gallo though. I had it down as Fraga. And if I didn't... Oh dear. That's the first of my mistakes. And that might be the mistake that costs us the race. I did well to save that though. It's at one of those cheeky points. I came through with a tighter line than I normally would. Just getting frustrated at the fact I've lost my fastest lap. Fuel's getting light though. Now's the time. Sparks flying off the back of Mr. Yamanaka's car as he entered this part of the circuit. Come on, let's take some time out of him. Rubilar is now past Lopez. I kind of feel I'm on the back foot here. I kind of feel that it's all on me to make this happen. Getting very little assistance from the pit lane. There's no encouragement from there. All we can do is just make this clock tick. Look at the vast difference between the last... Oh, and Yamanaka's gone to the pits. Well, that was a surprise. That means he's probably 3-stopping. So, I never anticipated that. I wasn't expecting that at all. So, Rubilar is now behind us, some 12 seconds back. Matsununga's gone to the pits as well. I'm making mistakes because this is uncharted territory. So, what do we got to do here? Don't change from your strategy. Just keep going. Run it wide, run it wide, run it wide. This is where the back end stepped out last time. So we're on lap 18. We've got this one, 19 and 20 to do. And we're 11 seconds in the lead. So what we know is the other boys went in early, didn't they, last time? So they went in about 10 laps ago. It'd be interesting to know whether they're going to run that, whether they're going to continue, or whether they're going to run the same strat to me. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. This is, as I say, uncharted. It's a little bit unknown. We're in the lead. How can we think about it even being taken away from us? But it all goes on fuel usage, tyre usage, how much they need to stop. Because the refuel here is such a long process, it's such a long time, it is a challenge. And when it changes, when the whole thing of a race changes, it upsets my thinking and I start running slow laps. Look, I'm back in the 59s. And I'm not particularly making the odd mistake, but I shouldn't be running that slowly. But I am. I'm chopping and changing down gears, which isn't brilliant. Bouffoir's gone to the pit, so he's on 35%. So Rubilar's on the hunt. He knows what I'm doing. He's worked it out. He knows all the details. He's just eating into my advantage. And I'm not doing anything to defend it really. It's just all slipping away. Half a second down. That would be a 57, and that would be tremendous at this time of the race to put a 57 in. If we could put a 57 in right about now, that would help tremendously. We're on the 19th lap, so get off the grass. I don't think we're going to put a 57 in. A 58's good though. That's a little bit of confidence boost. And this is our last lap of this stint. We're going to put it in. We've got 1.2 laps of fuel. We've got to fill up to 10.2. If we don't fill to 10.2, we're going to blow it. Rubilar's gone to the pits. He's on 33%. Gallo's gone and Hisal's gone in. And they've all got 10 laps to do. If they've worked out that it's going to be a 10-lap race, 30-lap race. If they're banking, you've got to hope that they're banking on 29s, but their pit lane will be doing all the calculations. We just need to see what they come out as. I think Rubilar's back on the pack already. He's back on it. They took 80% of fuel. That's that. Oof. Can't imagine what that's going to take him to. But we must pit. We can't forget. If we forget, we're walking home. I saw the first back marker there, I believe. Yeah, there is. But we're going to pit now and we're going to move those back markers away from us. We need to come out in front of Rubilar, or we're chasing to the end. Tyres I was just blipping the throttle there just to test the extremities of the grip, and that was a mistake. Here we go. Pit now, pit now, pit now. There we go, medium tyres, and we're going at 10.2, 24 seconds ahead. Lopez, Fraga, Yamanaka, Rubilar the contender. Mr. Cookabun, Mr. Wong, Mr. Bouffoir's just taken 8th place. We were on 3% of fuel, my lord. Absolute tragedy. 4.65. We're down to 3rd place. A bit of wobble on that sign. Let's go on 10.2. There we go. 4th place. Rubilar's behind us. He's 4.4 seconds behind us. Everybody else we've got to overtake. Yamanaka is again in front of us. 7 seconds. Oh my lord, we've got to beat him. But he's going on a long stint. His last stint is much longer than ours. Rubilar's 2.4 seconds behind us. Rubilar now holds the fastest lap, a 1:57.349. Oh, chihuahua. It's all written in for Mr. Yamanaka to win this race, though. 10 laps, folks. It's all on the next 10. This is a tremendous race. Absolutely on it. 14 seconds down to Lopez. Some of these guys are going to be pitting. I would suggest Lopez and Fraga are actually going to be pitting. But now we've got the added thing of lapped traffic. It's going to pay equal problems for the others as well as me. I'll be a little bit easier overtaking because I'll bully my way through. I will also attempt to, I will use every limit of the rules to, I'll even break them, sod it, to get to the front. .1 need to be better than 12.1 when we get round next time. I don't want to squirt the throttle either. Rubilar 2.4 behind. Can only just see him ahead, 8.5 seconds. He's pulling away. I don't see how Yamanaka's going to go all the way. If he's stopped every 8 laps so far, he's got another stop to do, I reckon. I reckon he's on a 3-stop and he's flying because he knows he's got a pit. He's going to go splash and dash. He's got to get to the end. He's going to need 3 or 4 laps of fuel, I'm thinking. Rubilar, though, he's absolutely charging. He's going to make me pay for every single one of these laps. He's going to absolutely keep me honest. I'm going to have to earn this. I've cut that too far. Oh, really had to slam on the gas just to make that corner. I know I've got to cut just to give myself a chance of getting there. I don't want any rookie silly mistakes. I don't mind a gear shift, but I don't want to put a track off. I don't want to put a tyre off the track. 9.9, we took 2.2 seconds out of him that lap. Well, that's great. Let's keep it going while we got the tyres. 58.5, I can do a second better than that. I can see Lopez, Yamanaka's got past him. Just 10.1 to Fraga. Fraga's a one-stopper. I've bounced off the wall. Gallo's just put the fastest lap of the race in again, and that's what caught my eyes and took me off the track. Here we go, the first of the back markers, 20th position, Mr. Moreno, I think that is. It is, as I see it as the flag pops up above the car and then goes away again. Mr. Fraga's gone to the pit, so he's actually taking another go. That gives Yamanaka free rein. Mr. Moreno gives us a gap. Beautiful slipstreamables. Lopez and Yamanaka are actually going neck and neck here. I thought Lopez just tried to take him up the inside then. They're running together. I've took massive leaps out of these guys. It's down to 3 seconds. There's been some backwards and forward stuff, and Robillard is still 2 seconds behind me. Oh my lord. They must have got held up behind Moreno. I'm very tight there. I shouldn't be that tight. Rubilar's just backed off. I think he's maybe struggling to get past Moreno a little bit. Getting dark as well. Coming to the end of the race as it starts, the evening's drawing in. .8 seconds off the lead. Just 4 seconds off. My TV timer just came on. Oh my lord, that's why I had to lean forward to just hit that button. I've tried to turn that eco setting off and it won't go off. It's one of those TVs that says, no, we're going to save the planet for you. Thank you, we don't need it. I'm actually using you. You shouldn't actually be switching off, but I don't change the volume or anything. It's all on my... It's all on the PS, but we're coming there a bit hot. Don't need that added extra bit of TV and stuff just being a bit awkward. We're losing out to Yamanaka at this point. Come on, it's lap 25. There's 5 laps to go. 5 laps behind, 5 seconds behind. I've got to start cutting that time. I'm only running 159s. I'm running slow laps. Mr. Lopez, if I'm going to get past you, I'm going to get past you. There we go. At least got past you where I'm fastest. Can't see anything in my rearview mirror now. That's the sun is where the sun is. Mr. Yamanaka 4.8 seconds ahead. Still think there might be a chance for you to pit yet, because I don't think you've planned to go all the way to the end on this fuel, or these tyres maybe. It might be tyres that you're down on. Lopez is still 2.9 behind. I'm relying on you, Lopez, to keep Robillard behind. Oh, have you just got past the back marker? I think you have. Mr. Sana. No, it's not Sana. It's the American driving the GT. Mr. Huffman, that's the boy. 4.9 seconds back with 5 laps to go. Oh, still putting in 59s, which is shoddy. Mr. Huffman, you just ran the line. You didn't even give it up, my friend. Come on. In the fourth early. See if we can make something happen. Without getting a penalty. I think Rubilar's past Lopez, he is. Come on, Mr. Fontana, you should be holding him up. He's down to 2.3 though. And he's gone to the pits. Absolutely ding dang do. That's me into the lead. Oh, it did come true. So that means then the race is between me and Rubilar. Rubilar's 3.9 seconds behind. And the same thing's happening. I've just got really, really nervous. 6 minutes left of the race. 6 minutes. .9 seconds in the lead. Lap 27. There's 3 to go after this. No back markers in front of me for a long way. Nothing potentially to hold up Rubilar. Just had a flag just buzz in front of my eye. Even the environment is throwing everything at me. Got itchy head. Absolute. We just need 3 controlled laps now. 4.6 seconds ahead. 5 minutes left of racing. That was a 2-0. How am I running 2-0s and still in the lead? Beauvoir went to the pits. He ran out of fuel at the end. .9 in the lead. Fastest lap looks like it's going to stay with Mr. Gallo. That's a victory I'm not going to be able to claim today. Fastest lap is not going to be with me. How are we looking for 31 laps? There's a question. I'm running these final laps so slow that there's a likelihood that that 31st lap's not going to be a thing. As for topping my leaderboard on 30 laps, I really don't know. I don't think I'm going to get the 31st lap. Just looking at where we are on the track for 2 minutes left, we're less than 2 minutes. It looks like we are going to get the 30th. And we've just pulled out a 1.5 seconds on Mr. Rubilar. He now looks like he's decided that the game is a kip afoot, and I've just blown that corner. game is afoot. I don't know why I said kipper, that's weird. Something said in my head, say, well, I don't know, move on. It came out, that's part of it. We've got a back marker in front of us, that's somebody to just put between myself and Robillard and give him something to fight over. 4.3 seconds, is that Mr... is that a GT again, Mr. Fontana? No, not Fontana. Cookabun's gone to the pits, Lopez has gone to the pits, they run out of gas. 4 tyres. No, it's Mr. Sana. In the Alpha. We've only lapped up to 17th place. They're taking round the outside. There's the go. Slim Shady. Commentary bingo. You know I say them every time. 3.8 seconds in the lead. He hasn't given up. He's still pushing. Gallo's up to 3rd. Well done, Mr. Gallo. That's helping out that fastest lap. Another back marker. As we come round to complete lap 29. I'm just wondering, when I finish the race, if I finish the race and I go to collect my token for the day, how many miles will it rack up to say that I've done? Because I'm still on the first entry to the race, even though I've quit out a number of times to restart. Mr. Matsununga, I'm going to come past you, sir. Put a mid 59 in for the last time. 57 seconds left on the clock. Mr. Gallo pitted. Oh, it's such a shame. He had the fuel, obviously. Couldn't put another lap in on those tyres. We are 4 seconds ahead. Mr. Hizel's gone to the pits as well, promoting Mr. Fraga to 4th. Well, I have to say, and I'm not going to count my chickens, but this is a most challenging race now with this car. I've got to try it with a Line 11 RSR now just to see if there's any much of a difference. But it is possible with the RX Vision. It's a fight, it's a battle. I'm pretty sure there's better cars to use than this as we extend our lead over Rubilar on the final lap. And it has to be pretty much a mistake-free race. You're not going to get any second chances with this car. You have to be so precise. You have to bump and grind your way past the AI just a little bit. Anybody remember the band? However, 2 corners to go. I think I can actually say it now. We've got enough fuel to get us to the end. Thank you very much for sticking with us, folks. You know these are good races. If you want to do them, I'll let you do them against me. There you go, through, and what do we get? 30 laps. Where's that going to put us on our phone and friends list? Where do we think? That is tough, folks. If you've stuck by and watched the whole thing, thank you very much. If you've got anything you want to say, please say it at the bottom. It's appreciated. So Gallo got the fastest lap. We lapped up to 14th place. And we won by just over 5 seconds to Mr. Robillard, who I managed to put behind us quite early in the race. If you're not there in the first sector, in your first stint, if you're not overtaking them, you're going to struggle, folks. There she is, beauty of a car. Really do like it. Where are we on the friends list, do you think? We're behind Mr. Maggiorre, so he completed it in a faster time than we did. No dramas. Does that mean we get in the top 10 stars? No, it doesn't. We're not there. But we know we can do it with 31 laps. So, happy days. Let's give a go at that. But with that, folks, thank you very much for sticking by and watching. For the viewer who wanted me to do that, it's done now. I'm going to move on and do some more grinding. I'm going to get back on with doing my my daily races to get that trophy and then get the platinum. But thank you very much for watching, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. All the best. 390 miles that took. And I won nothing. And a 4-star ticket. Happy days.